The McLaren Monza malaise is very much still continuing. We've got a 2-week gap now before the next round in Baku, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So there's plenty of time for people to sit on what happened at Monza. And without a doubt, the biggest discussion point from that weekend was McLaren. How they handled the situation regarding Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. The bad pit stop for Lando Norris, I've had plenty of reaction on the video. People are absolutely split. I did a video going over this on the channel just after it happened. It's pretty much a 50-50 split, straight down the middle, and I understand that it's a polarizing incident. It is something that is very much, in my opinion, damned if you do and damned if you don't. And one of the team principals in Formula 1, who is not associated with McLaren, he has no skin in the game on this one, he very much had the opinion of this, very much shares my opinion on that as well, that being Toto Wolff of Mercedes. Wolff had some very interesting words when it came to this incident and the reaction to it, urging people to be calm. It's not like Formula 1 fans to be all emotional and blowing things way out of proportion now, is it? That, of course, being some severe sarcasm there. But let's have a look at what Mr. Wolff has had to say about one of his customer teams. Wolff was quoted as saying the following after the Italian Grand Prix at Monza: "There is no right and there is no wrong. And I'm curious to see how it all ends up. You set a precedent that is very difficult to undo. What if the team does another mistake and it's not a pit stop? Do you switch them around? But then equally, because of a teammate, making a driver that is trying to catch up lose the points is not fair either. So I think we are going to get our response to whether that was right today towards the end of the season when it heats up." And I have to admit, that is something I think is pretty much undoubted. You know, there is going to be a dangerous precedent set here potentially when it comes to McLaren. What is a unforced error or an error that is worthy of swapping the cars around? Personally, for me, I'm sticking by what I said. I do believe that overall they did the right thing, but it's not 100%. You know, there will be a potential downside to this, but I also think that if they didn't do anything, they'd be accused of being in favour of Oscar Piastri. Those calls are becoming too. Formula 1 fans online are crazy. They are absolutely insane. There is no doubt about that. They'll be getting the tinfoil hats out and the conspiracies, no problem whatsoever, because it went in the favour of Lando Norris. The British bias brigade is absolutely out. It's because it's a British team. However, they're owned by people from the Middle East. They are run by an American CEO and they've got an Italian team principal. Are they really that British? Answers on a postcard there, guys. Get them in the comments. Wolff also said that these are so-called luxury problems. Of course, Wolff knows all about these kinds of luxury problems, as he puts it, from his time managing Nico Rosberg and Sir Lewis Hamilton at the team between 2014 and 2016. Those guys did not get on a lot of the time. And he went on to say, quote, "The answer over whether managing it that way is correct is going to come towards the end of the season. It's going to get more fierce. I think if the team made a mistake, the team inverted the positions. Absolutely fair decision. On the other side, you know, what is a team mistake? What if next time around the car doesn't start up and you lose a position or whatever, or the suspension breaks? What do you do then on the next one?" So you could have a cascade of events or precedents that can be very difficult to manage, but I can only speak of how we find ourselves in this situation back on all those years we had to manage it. Again, Rosberg and Hamilton. And I think most important is to have a clear strategy. You either go like this or you go the other way around. Either way, to race or to try to balance in the most possible fair way, bearing in mind that he'll be back there at the end. You have to define whatever path you choose, and it's a luxury problem. They can't lose those championships anymore. However, he did go on to admit that Hamilton and Rosberg were very much different animals in the car, and I cannot agree more. This is the most friendly championship battle I've ever seen between Piastri and Norris, no doubt. And one thing as well, just to respond to some of the commenters in my previous video as well, people were saying that there's no way that if roles were reversed, that Piastri would be allowed to overtake Lando Norris, and I wholeheartedly disagree with that sentiment. I do think if the roles were reversed, then I think Lando Norris would have been told to let Oscar Piastri overtake and go by, just like what happened in Hungary last season. Different situation, admittedly, but it has happened before the other way around, and Lando Norris did do it. So yeah, I think that should really shut the people in the comments up, don't you? Maybe not. But anyway, if you don't want to be shut up in the comments, get your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think about all this. Did McLaren make the right move? Did they not? Is this British bias? Or is this just motor racing Toto? I want you have to say either way on this one. Like, share, comment, subscribe, guys. As always, have a fantastic day wherever you're on the world today, and we'll see you very soon.